The entire Rams organization can go to hell. I hate that franchise. They've moved up. They're tied with the Falcons. Them and the Falcons are equal. They're on the same level playing field. I hate them with everything I have. Them sorry son of a bitches lost to the 49ers, up 17-0. Sean McVay, he's not going to do anything in the playoffs. The team is ruined. They got to play the 49ers again. They're going to lose for the 7th straight time because they're not a good football team. They're absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. They're bums. They all suck. Jalen Ramsey jumping a drag route with 50 seconds left. That's already covered. A bum. Best corner in the league, my ass, a bum. Aaron Donald, a ghost. Big playoff games come around, big regular season games come around, disappearing act. Every time. He's going to do it every time. 3 straight years. When the big game comes, Aaron Donald, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. He does it every time. Can't depend on him. A bum. A bum. Look, before this game, I said I was going to be content. If the Saints just beat the Falcons, I didn't care what was going to happen in that other game. But for the Rams to go up 17-0, like 30 seconds left at half. They want to go 5 wide on 3rd and inches and get sacked. Let the 49ers get those 3 points, get that momentum going into the second half. I knew they were going to lose that game. The 49ers just own them mentally. They're stronger than them. They're tougher than them. They just run them. They run them. And now they have to play them again. I hope they get their ass beat. I hope they lose by 50 and get embarrassed on national TV. All right, I'm done with the Rams, man. But they really, really pissed me off. I can't believe what I just witnessed on TV. On to the Saints game, man. Obviously, I had an eye on both games. Once the Saints really put that away early, I was watching that Rams game, in totality. Basically, all of my attention was on that game. I knew the Falcons couldn't beat us. They can't play with us. They luckily beat us the first time, but that team cannot play with the Saints, and that's just obvious what happened today. They made it look close at the end, but the game was not close. Taysom and Sean Payton in that first half was dialing things up, looking like the best they have all year. But of course, with the Saints' luck, man, once stuff start to go good, what happens? Taysom Hill gets hurt. They're saying Lisfranc injury. That's the same injury Derrick Henry had. It would have put him out for the rest of the year, so he wasn't going to play in the playoffs if we had made it anyway. So, I mean, in all honesty, I wanted to get in the playoffs, but Trevor Siemian or Ian Book, we wasn't going to make any noise, with either one of those guys, under center in the playoffs. So we're going to be moving on to the offseason, man. There's going to be a ton of off-season content coming, way more than, in-season content. I'm not reviewing the game. I don't care. The Rams, they got me really, really pissed off. I might be off YouTube for like a week, not watching TV for a week. I might not even watch the playoffs. They got me so pissed off. I'm only just watching to see if the Rams lose. I said I was done talking about them, but I can't be done talking about them because Jalen Ramsey sold. He sold. He really jumped a drag route that was covered with 50 seconds left, no timeouts. Absolutely sold. Super sold. Any positive news for the Saints, man? Ramchick played. Defense looked great. Davenport, Onyemata, Cam Jordan all came away with sacks in that game. Like that's what you want from a defense. Traquan Smith had a revival. Trevor Siemian did come in and play fairly decent when he did get in there. Offensive line looked pretty good. Ron Ramczyk with all that time off looked pretty good. And now since I'm on the rant, Cesar Ruiz, hey, you suck. You're absolutely awful. We need to trade you to the Rams. You can fit in with those bums. Guys that can't play football and can't finish. That's where Cesar Ruiz needs to be. He does not need to be on this team next year. He was the worst player by far on the Saints roster this year. He's absolutely awful. Shouldn't be in the NFL. The NFL should refund us that first round pick. That's how bad he is. They should say, damn, he's that bad. We just going to give y'all another first because that shit shouldn't even count. He's that awful. He's probably the worst lineman I've ever seen in my life. Don't want him on my team. Awful. If his family hears this, I'm sorry. Your family member sucks at football. Absolutely awful. Sean Payton, man, 58 different starters, 4 different quarterbacks, about 10 to 12 different offensive linemen. Same with the defensive linemen. We played a game against the Dolphins with 22 players out. Played a game against the Panthers with 10 starters out, like 9 coaches. Sean Payton, if we got in the playoffs, I really think he was going to win Coach of the Year. This was by far his best season. I know people killed the offense, killed this and that, but what do you expect when you got Cesar Ruiz and a hurt offensive line out there on top of no Michael Thomas, no quarterbacks, no nothing? Offense couldn't do anything. To have this team 9-8 above 500, I think this is his best coaching performance, in his Saints career besides the Super Bowl year, because obviously you can't beat that. What a year, man. What a year. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot more. I'm going to go through player by player on this Saints roster. Basically the top 53. The guys that were there for 1 or 2 weeks, I won't talk about them. But I'll definitely go player by player, a breakdown of their season, quick little review of their season. Probably going to start with the offensive line. Probably going to start with Cesar Ruiz, and I'm going to fire his ass up because he sucks. He sucks, and he's probably getting a little animosity because the Rams end up losing, so he's just catching some, but oh well, he sucks anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's a terrible football player. Now I'm just going to let loose. But before we get out of here, man, I'm going to end on some positive vibes, man. Shout out to the players that played this year, from Quan, Lattimore, Debo, Marcus Williams, Ack, man, I can name them all. Cam, stepping up late, Davenport, Anyamata, Gilligan, all of the kickers we had, anybody and everybody, man. They all stepped up. They all played to the best of their abilities, and we can't ask for anything, other than that, man. 17-game season, 9-8. Look, we're in some cap issues before the season. First year without Drew Brees. I think we did okay. No Michael Thomas. Gonna have some big decisions in the offseason, but man, this team fought hard, fought to the end, put themselves in position. It was plenty of games we should have won that we shouldn't have lost. That first Falcons game, that Giants game, up 11 with like 4 minutes left. We could have made the playoffs, man. We could have made the playoffs, but we didn't. At the end of the day, you want it to be in your hands, to make the playoffs. We put it in another team's hands, and they folded. Rightfully so. Matthew Stafford folded. The Rams folded. That's our fault. We got to put that, control our own destiny next time, and we'll see what happens, man. But long as the Bucks don't win the Super Bowl, long as the Rams don't win the Super Bowl, I don't give a shit who wins the Super Bowl. Long as those teams get knocked out, I'm cool with that. I'm real cool with that. But, man, that Saints team fought hard, bro. I'm proud of them. It's my first year doing this on YouTube and a thing like this. So, hey, I appreciate each and every one of y'all that followed me through the year, followed us through the year, because we just one big family over here. But like I said, man, when I named this motherfucking channel, excuse my language, The Boot Tragedies. Welcome to the tragedy. It's unfortunate, but it always happens. Something with the Saints, it's going to go tragically wrong. And we all were tasting the playoffs. But the Boot Tragedies is here, unfortunately. And it's a tragedy waiting to happen. This team is cursed. The NFL is rigged. They hate us. Fuck the Rams. Fuck Cesar Ruiz. And I'm out.